Alrighty, guys, just what I like to see. Palantir went up almost 4% on the day today. We pretty much uptrended all day. We opened up at around $21, pretty much $21 flat, and we ran all the way to over $22.25 on the day, and we closed at 22.10, up 3.66, 79 cents to be exact. So, yeah, pretty good day, and now Palantir is testing the highs from the last couple of days, which if we break out of these levels, guys, we could be going up even further in my opinion. So we're going to break down the charts, do a quick update on Palantir here, and go over my thoughts, what I'm looking to do. And later in the video, we're going to break down some other stocks on the watch list, guys. So stick on throughout, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and let's get into it, guys. And oh, by the way, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo, link down below. We'll talk more about that later. So again, Palantir ran up like crazy all day, and the only sell-off we had was at the start of Power Hour, or honestly heading into Power Hour, and the selling stopped midway through Power Hour. Then we broke out into close, which just solidifies the strength of the bulls today, and you guys see that on the intraday. And here on the 5-day, now you're noticing, wait a second, we're back over the moving averages after yesterday's sell-off. We actually took the highs out from yesterday, and we took the highs out, it looks like, from Friday, right? Yeah, we hit the highs, or we took the highs out barely, but we did by about 5 to 6 cents. And now we're at, pretty much right at the highs from, it looks like, what day was this? Friday, right? No, Thursday, excuse me. We hit $22.39. So my alert right now on PLTR, guys, and of course, this is a long-term investment. This is not really going to change, what I'm doing with my position necessarily, but I'm a firm believer of fundamentally investing, or investing for fundamentals, right? But also looking at technicals for entry points, for, points on where to sell, maybe add more to your position, right? So that's why we track the charts as well as, the fundamentals, breaking news, what's going on with the company. It's important to do both, right? So we can see PLTR now is getting close to those highs. And if we take 2250 out, I'm confident we're going to get a nice push higher. How much higher? We don't know, obviously. But yeah, man, it looks like we're getting there. It looks like the bulls are really coming up, showing up to the plate, man. And yeah, it looks like we're taking out the highs slowly, even from a couple of weeks ago where we were struggling to get out of 21.50, $22. This was in the middle of May. And now we're noticing the strength, first of all, at $20 as support. That's obvious at this point. And now we're noticing the strength in just the buying pressure coming in to push this thing higher into the mid-20s. Volume pretty much ever since we started this month of June has been through the roof. So I'm thinking we potentially break out very soon here. Obviously not guaranteed, but it's looking pretty interesting. And again, full disclosure, I'm long. This is not a trade. It's a long-term investment, but full disclosure, I'm curious of how the options chain is looking like. I might consider buying some calls. Maybe. We shall see. Didn't do it yet, but of course, I'll update you guys on the channel, so make sure to subscribe. And by the way, smash that like button. Run the likes up. Let's try and get at least 100 likes. I challenge you guys. Haven't done a challenge in a while, but if we can get over 100 likes on this video, I'll be a happy man. I appreciate you guys as always. So, yeah, PLTR 2250. Watch for the breakout. And of course, on the 4-hour chart, this looks really good. We've talked about that. And this kind of looks, does this not look exactly like what we saw in this period right here? I mean, look, in the beginning, middle of November, we sold off. We drifted down for a good couple of months from $21 to about, what, $15, $16. Then we got that earnings report, and boom, we saw it's like a rocket ship. And this is the exact same thing we're seeing. It's drifting down. Like I said, it's obvious that we're holding $20 as support. That's a very strong spot for the bulls, which happens to be the high from before we drifted down last time, right? Back in November, we saw that big sell-off. So this looks good, man. It looks really good technically. And if we take that 2250 out, I'm thinking mid-20s, high 20s, could be coming quick, which is why I've been buying, accumulating shares in the low 20s, and now I'm considering call options. To buy calls, I don't like getting in prematurely, right? Does that make sense? Because time decay or the time factor is real. So you got to be cautious on when you're buying, when you're exiting. But when you're in a stock for the long term, you don't really care if you're breaking out or doing that or this in the short term. You're just buying shares at prices you think are fair, which in this case, I think here is these prices are fair for the long term. But for me to buy calls where, again, time is of the essence, essentially, we have to be confirming breakout, which I'm pretty sure we're getting there. Today was a great day. Now, if we get that push through 2250, that's the confirmation spot for me. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And yeah, let's see what other stocks ended up moving today. That's kind of where my head's at when it comes to Palantir. So let's see what GME is up to after the bell. Quick glance here, because you guys know how that goes. After the bell, it goes crazy, right? So now it looks like, it's actually starting to go green now, guys. There's a red candle, but we're actually starting to push. Actually up 60 cents after the bell. We're pushing past the closing price. So GME is interesting. Of course, it's always at the top of the watch list, especially during times like these where it's kind of back in the news. Everybody's talking about it, but I'm not in it right now. I don't plan on buying it. Maybe as a speculative trade if it gets back to the high teens, low 20s potentially. But for now, guys, it's on the watch list, and we'll see how, it plays out in the short term. Let me see what stocks ended up doing well today. It looks like Enphase. This is actually another one that's on the verge of a breakout based on kind of what we're seeing here on the 4-hour chart. We're seeing a breakout of the wedge. We're above the moving averages. You guys see that. And we're also about to take out the multi-month highs, or at least test them. We're testing them now. Maybe we'll take them out, being about 135, 140. So my alert's at 135. I might as well set one at 140 as well. Let me do that now. Mark is at or above 140. And if I pop up the 3-year chart, you guys can see there could be some upside here. If this thing really breaks out, there could be some upside initially, maybe to the 180, 185 range, maybe past 220, 225 at some point. But of course, we got to be careful. We got to watch out, how it plays out. So yeah, those are a couple of names that I'm looking at. Let me see one more. Nvidia. We'll wrap up here. Nvidia continues to break out heading into the split. Are you guys surprised? I'm not surprised. Nobody's really surprised. We can see, as I mentioned yesterday, we're now taking out the highs from the last couple of days. We hit 1145, 1150, I think. Actually, more like 1158, something like that was the all-time high before today, but now we hit 1166, so we're obviously breaking out. The split is on the 10th, right? But the last time you can obviously own the shares are on the 7th, which today's the 4th. That's in 3 days from now, guys, which is coming up pretty soon. So Nvidia is breaking out. I don't know if it's going to last after the split. My gut tells me we're going to get a bit of a sell-off. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe this thing just rips to $1,500 pre-split after the split, if that makes any sense. But yeah, guys, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Check out the link down below. Use the QR code right here, or just go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Get your stocks, guys. And of course, that is an affiliate link. I appreciate you all as always. And if you want to be a part of the Patreon, see my portfolio, all the buys, sells, trades I'm making, all of that good stuff is linked down below. QR codes here, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.